There's something truly magical about The Wizard of Oz, a film that has stood the test of time, capturing hearts for generations. Its enchanting world of emerald cities, talking scarecrows and ruby slippers feels almost eternal.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
But behind the timeless magic lies a somber reality. Many of the actors who brought this beloved classic to life have since passed away, some under tragic and unexpected circumstances. Join us as we remember The Wizard of Oz actors who have died. She was the girl in the blue gingham dress, the one who clicked her ruby slippers and reminded us there's no place like home. But for Judy Garland, home was a place she never truly found. Born Frances Ethel Gumm in 1922, she was thrust into the spotlight at just 2 years old. By 16, she was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, her voice forever tied to Over the Rainbow. But behind the scenes, Hollywood's relentless machine took its toll. Studio executives controlled her diet, fed her amphetamines to keep her working, then sedatives to make her sleep. The result? A lifelong battle with addiction and self-doubt. Despite legendary performances in Meet Me in St. Louis and A Star is Born, her demons never let go. On June 22, 1969, Judy Garland was found lifeless in a London bathroom, her heart finally giving out after years of struggle. She was only 47. Her story is tragic, but her voice, that will never fade.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain!
But the man behind the curtain, Frank Morgan, was unforgettable. Born Francis Wupperman in 1890, Morgan was Hollywood's go-to character actor, appearing in over 100 films. But his most iconic role? Playing not one but 5 characters in The Wizard of Oz, from the bumbling Professor Marvel to the mighty mysterious wizard himself. His warm, theatrical voice made him the perfect embodiment of both fraud and father figure. Yet, despite his larger-than-life presence on screen, Morgan's real life was far more modest. He was known for his kindness, quick wit, and love for his family. Just 10 years after Oz enchanted the world, he passed away from a heart attack in 1949 at the age of 59. He may have been just a humbug in Oz, but in Hollywood history, Frank Morgan remains pure magic.
Put 'em up! Put 'em up! Which one of you first? I'll fight you both together if you want.
Bert Lahr gave us one of the most lovable cowards in film history, the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz. But in real life, he was anything but timid. Born Irving Lahrheim in 1895, Lahr was a natural performer. He conquered vaudeville, Broadway, and Hollywood with his signature rubber-faced expressions and booming voice. His role as the Cowardly Lion, both fierce and funny, became his most famous, though the heavy, fur-covered costume made filming a grueling challenge. After Oz, Lahr continued to shine on stage and screen, winning a Tony Award in 1964. But behind the laughter, he was a perfectionist, often second-guessing his own work. He passed away in 1967 at age 72, leaving behind a legacy of humor and heart. Bert Lahr may have played a coward, but his impact on Hollywood was nothing short of fearless. If I only had a heart. Jack Haley's Tin Man longed for one, but the man behind the silver paint had plenty of heart to spare. Born in 1897, Haley was a natural entertainer, making audiences laugh with his easygoing charm in vaudeville and early Hollywood musicals. But his most famous role came in The Wizard of Oz, though he wasn't the original choice. Buddy Ebsen was first cast as the Tin Man, but had a severe reaction to the aluminum makeup. Haley stepped in, unaware that history was calling. Under layers of metallic paint and a rigid costume, Haley brought warmth and humor to a character who thought he lacked both. After Oz, he continued acting, but eventually stepped away from the spotlight. Jack Haley passed away in 1979 at age 81, but his legacy still shines. He may have played a man searching for a heart, but in reality, his was pure gold. She was the Wicked Witch of the West, and for generations she terrified audiences with her green skin, cackling laugh, and threats to get Dorothy, and her little dog too. But Margaret Hamilton was nothing like her famous villain. Born in 1902, Hamilton was a former schoolteacher before turning to acting. With her sharp features and commanding presence, she was often cast as cranky spinsters or stern authority figures. But The Wizard of Oz changed everything. Her performance as the Wicked Witch became one of the most iconic villains in cinema history. What many don't know is that Hamilton suffered real burns during filming when a special effects stunt went wrong, but she never let it stop her. Off-screen, she was kind and gentle, even working as a children's advocate. Margaret Hamilton passed away in 1985 at 82, but her legacy endures. She may have melted in Oz, but in Hollywood history, she's unforgettable. If he only had a brain, well, Ray Bolger had much more than that. As the lovable, lanky scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, Bolger danced his way into movie history with his rubber-limbed moves and boundless energy. But his talent stretched far beyond the yellow brick road. Born in 1904, Bolger started as a vaudeville dancer before making it big in Hollywood. Originally cast as the Tin Man, he fought for the role of the Scarecrow, believing his loose-limbed style was a perfect fit. He was right. His performance remains one of the most beloved in film history. Bolger continued performing for decades, charming audiences on Broadway and TV. He lived a long, full life, passing away at 83 in 1987. The man who stumbled his way through Oz never lost his step, and in our hearts, Ray Bolger still dances.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Billie Burke's Glinda was the epitome of grace, wisdom, and sparkling pink perfection, but her own story was just as enchanting. Born in 1884, Burke's career began on the Broadway stage before transitioning to silent films and early Hollywood talkies. By the time she played Glinda in The Wizard of Oz, she was already an established star, known for her airy voice and refined elegance. Though she only appeared briefly in Oz, her presence was unforgettable, guiding Dorothy with kindness and a touch of magic. After Oz, Burke continued acting into her 70s, often playing wealthy, eccentric socialites. She passed away in 1970 at the age of 85, leaving behind a career spanning over 5 decades. She may have floated away in a bubble, but Billie Burke's charm and warmth never disappeared. She remains Hollywood's eternal good witch. Though they may be gone, the stars of The Wizard of Oz continue to shine in the memories of those who cherish this cinematic masterpiece. Their laughter, their talent, and their presence live on, frozen in time within the golden frames of Hollywood's most treasured film. But behind the curtain of nostalgia lies the reality of their passing, some peaceful, others heartbreaking. Which Wizard of Oz performance left the biggest impact on you? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into Hollywood's past. Their road may have ended, but the yellow brick road they left behind will never fade.